Hi everybody, it's Stephanie. It's Sunday, May 8th. Happy Mother's Day to all my women subscribers that have children. Yeah, so today's been a very nice, relaxing day. I had today off from both jobs, from the yacht club and also where I work full-time. So I slept at least 7 hours last night. I was up at 8 a.m. I got dressed, I went to my recording studio, and I had to write out some bills like I have every single month, utility bills and a credit card bill. So before I continue, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and to those visitors that may be checking out my channel for the first time. If you find something that connects with you with one of my videos or resonates with you, please consider to subscribe to my channel. Be right back with more. Okay guys, so I'm over here at one of my favorite restaurants and I'm gonna have a salad. So I've had today off from both jobs, and this morning I slept in till about 8 o'clock, but I really dragged my ass getting out of bed. Because I got to go through my email, check my posts. Why? I don't have a freaking clue. So after I finally got out of the house, I stopped somewhere to buy some stamps to mail out my bills. And then I went out and I got a nice tall cup of coffee. And I had a ham and egg croissant sandwich. That was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, around there. So, and then I went downtown for a nice little walk because the skies are incredibly blue. Yep, incredibly blue. And while there, around 12:30, I got a slice of pizza at Whole Foods. Yeah. Like I said, I want to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. I wished my cousin a happy Mother's Day. She has a couple of daughters, and they live in Florida, except for one of them. So after downtown, I went to St. Armas and I walked around a little bit and sat there, watched all the tourists here on vacation. And I was there for at least, I don't know, a good 3 hours. And then I started to feel really hungry and it's getting late. So I stopped here at this restaurant to get a nice big salad. Romaine lettuce with maybe ham slices. I want to keep it as light as I can. I don't want nothing heavy and complicated for dinner. after this, I'm probably going to stop somewhere, and I'm going to get my shakes, my protein shakes for the week. Yep. So I'm off from both jobs today. I like being off from both jobs because I can actually sleep in if I want to. But if it's my only full day off, I don't want to spend it in bed. I got to get out early and enjoy this beautiful weather. Yeah. So, what I'm going to say might seem a little bit unsettling for you guys, but I'm going to be honest about it, and I'm going to say it. I did not call my mother for Mother's Day today. As you know, my life and my experiences with my mother throughout my childhood and also adulthood has been like a roller coaster. And I have to admit, I still struggle trying to have a good relationship with my mother. At times, especially the past 20 years, she has blatantly been very disrespectful to me. And a few days ago, she was blatantly disrespectful, and she regarded it as, well, that's what I'm used to calling you, and that's how it's going to be. Well, I have decided that I'm just going not to communicate with them. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. For the past 20 years, I have been calling her and wishing her Happy Mother's Day. And I'm not doing it anymore. You know, if she's been disrespecting me, why should I call her to wish her Happy Mother's Day? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense. And I also blocked my brother, my younger brother, because he's the one that's been telling me and making me feel guilty because I don't move up there to help them. Well, he's the one that's in charge of their finances. Why doesn't he fucking do it? Why should I do it? And he's always siding with them when it comes to me. So why should I? I blocked him too. I'm done. I am done. I'm so freaking done. I'm so done. Here on out, it's going to be about me, about my happiness, about my health, about my well-being. No more. As far as my aunt's passing away, I'm dealing with it well. I talk to her often, and I just keep saying that she's in a better place. And I let it be like that. She lived to 84 years old, and I don't think I'm going to live to 84 years old. She did. So I'm going to shut down right now because I registered my phone with a restaurant, so when the table is available, they're going to ring my phone. So when they ring my phone, the recorder is going to shut down anyway. So I'll pick up on this when I get home, and I'll let you go. I'll let you guys know how my salad was and everything. Yeah. But as far as my mother goes, I blocked her 3 days ago on my phone, and she can't contact me, and neither can my brother. You know, I thought that after visiting my aunt at the hospice and finally seeing my cousin, like, finally, it's been like 20 years since we spoke, and that's a different matter. I'm not going to get into it, but it's been 20 years since we spoke. I thought that maybe our relationship would get better and we could restore our communication. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. You think that these tragedies sometimes bring people together. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. There's no guarantees. So okay guys, I'm going to shut down here for a little while, and when I'm done here with my salad meal, I'll pick up on this when I get home, and I'll finish it off when I'm in my studio. Hope you guys have a nice weekend. Okay guys, so I'm inside the restaurant and I'm sitting at a booth by the window. I like sitting by the window because I can see all the traffic going by, and there's a very big beautiful parking lot here. It's just a great place to sit. I love sitting on the booth. And yeah, I'm by myself as usual. So I'm looking at the menu. I think I'm gonna have a salad. I'm gonna browse through this anyway. So this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have a lobster bisque soup in a cup. And then I'm gonna have a Caesar salad, but I don't want no chicken, I want ham in it. And then I'm gonna have, And then I'm gonna have, for dessert, I'm gonna have a key lime pie. And the waiter just came by and asked me if I want something to drink. I said yes. I'm gonna have sweet iced tea with no ice. Sometimes they put ice in it. It's like half ice and half iced tea. No, I just want no ice. All right guys, they didn't have no ham for my salad. So I'm having sauteed scallops. I don't want to have any fish in it. I don't want no chicken. Scallops is light, not bad, and it's different. And I'm gonna have some applesauce because they said I have 2 sides extra. I really don't want no rice. I don't want no coleslaw because coleslaw is like a salad. And I don't want no vegetables because I don't want to have a lot of gas later on. And then I have my key lime pie. I don't come here, I come here a few times a year. I don't come here every single month. I don't come here every single week. A few times a year I come here. Prices are very, very reasonable. And I've brought some of my friends here before and some of my exes. So after this, I'm gonna stop somewhere and get my protein shake for the week. And I'm just gonna bring some soup to work this week, soup and crackers, because I'm not gonna do no grocery shopping this week. I got plenty of food at home. So I just had my lobster bisque, and as usual, my lobster bisque was very good. A little bit on the salty side, but other than that, it's been good. Hi guys, I'm home. I had my meal. It was good. I didn't get the salad, but I'm satisfied. So anyways, I just got back from the supermarket. I got my protein shakes for the week. I picked up a little bit of fruit, some canned soup, because this week I think I want to eat some canned soup. I've been eating a little bit more carbohydrate than I would like to, so I'm cutting that off my diet this week. I have to control my carbohydrates because too much carbs mean I could gain extra weight. I don't want to do that. So it's Mother's Day. I have to come out clean about something. A couple of days ago, I decided that it's probably best if I blocked out my family from contacting me, because I feel that the relationships with my family have not been genuine. It has not been genuine, and I've been kidding myself. I'm a little bit at a loss for words. And I'm not trying to confuse you guys, this being on Mother's Day and all, but I just don't feel, and I haven't felt, the love for my family. I have not felt the love for my family. Ever since I came out to them as a trans person, I have not felt genuine love or genuine caring. I feel like the conversations I have with my family are totally empty. Totally empty. Ever since the passing of my grandmother and now the passing of my aunt, I feel it even more. So this compounded with me coming out almost 20 years ago, things just, it's just not there. It's just not there. This explains to me why they've never come to visit me. I think I might have been in denial that maybe there's a little bit of love there in their hearts. And I thought that maybe time would change them. You see, in my opinion and from my experience, being a trans woman, when they refuse to communicate with you regarding the use of pronouns and how they view you as this woman that you feel you are, it makes all the difference in the world. If you don't feel like someone's not being genuine, then they're not. You can't dismiss it. You can't say to yourself, oh, they're trying. How can you how can you call me Stephanie and at the same time say I'm your son? For the past 20 years, I don't see no effort there. When I flew out there in November to spend 7 days with them, it happened quite often. And it just kills me. It just kills me inside. It's like my heart is being squashed. It's like it's being squashed. I never felt, even before my transition, I never felt a genuine love. I never felt that. I never felt a closeness, a warmth. I never felt that. Because of it, I had a hard time making friends. I made friends. Even before my transition, when I was young, I felt like I wasn't a perfect son or a perfect child of theirs. I felt like I never fit in. I didn't feel like I fit in. But I felt like I fit in with my grandmother and my aunt and my cousins. I felt like I fit in perfect. You see, my grandmother is the one that raised me for at least 5 years, up until I was 6 years old. Up until I was 6 years old. There was enough time to form a strong bond with my grandmother. So within those years, and even when I came to this country where she had moved to before I did, I continued that bond with my grandmother and my aunt. I viewed them as the people that gave me love. I really did. Even today, when my mother says she loves me, it doesn't feel real. It feels fake. That explains why they never made an effort. They never made an effort to come out here and visit me. If they felt, and if they really had loved me, don't you think they would have came out here? Of course they would. Of course they would. Of course they would. When my son was born, I had always wanted a little baby of my own. I wanted a son. I envisioned a little guy or a little boy or a little girl running around in his little pants, little jeans, and little shoes. And for a time before my divorce, I felt like I was in heaven. I never felt comfortable with being a father, but I felt comfortable with being a mother. But that was way before I came out. Nobody knew. After I came out, my son was very accepting as a little young boy. But as he matured, he didn't feel comfortable, or he felt embarrassed or maybe ashamed that I transitioned into a woman. You see, after my divorce, my first divorce, my parents turned against me. There was a time that my ex-wife sat me aside and said to me, "Your parents do not like you. They do not love you. I'm not saying this to be mean, but they do not like you. I've heard how they talk about you behind your back. And I'm not saying this to be spiteful. They do not like you." I never took those comments seriously. But after my second divorce, I had another family member mention to me the same thing. My aunt said to me, "I don't know why your mother always puts you down. And my aunt said, she actually talks like my own son is better than you. There were a lot of put down words by my parents to me as I was growing up, and even into my young adulthood before I came out to them as being trapped in the wrong body. I remember before I got married, I was working with my father, and when I got home, he said to me, "Oh, I hear a lot of complaints about you from work," because we used to work together. He said, "A lot of the ladies think you have a sour face." Boy, that was a slap in the face. My own father telling me these things. They always put me down. They always use harsh words with me. Like parents that didn't like their child. These things stayed in my mind. I remember one day when my grandmother was at my parents' house, and in front of my grandmother, my father said, "I look younger than you. Look at your face. Your face is all wrinkly." My grandmother says, "Why do you tell him that? That he, when I was a boy, that he looks older than you. Why do you do that?" That's what she told my father. And then my mother sided with my father, saying, his father does look younger than him, putting me down. And then there were the abuse, the physical abuse, the mental abuse that I endured. All that created a buffer between myself and my parents, and I never discussed it with anybody. Never discussed it with anybody. After I came out to my family as being trapped in the wrong body, and I was going to transition into womanhood, and after my son got a little older, he started to drift away. There was a time that when me and my son was very close, and he would call me here in Florida all the time to talk, and he would say, "You know, Eunice is always making me uncomfortable because she always talks about you to me. She always talks about you negatively." This is my son telling me that my parents are putting things in his head. My mother and my father injected negativity into my son for so many years, it might have caused my son to think that maybe they're right, that I'm not a good person. Just last year, my son drew a wedge between my ex-wife and me, who had a great relationship. Me and my ex-wife were friends, because my son created some distance between us, and over the years of my parents injecting negativity into his mind, today we don't have a relationship. When I went to visit my son last year, I got one hug from him when I went to go see him a couple of years ago. We had a motorcycle ride. It was a group of guys, myself, my son, my brother, and his friends, and my brother's wife. And when I saw my son for the first time, after not having seen him for almost 6 years, I gave him a hug. I told him I loved him. I felt like he didn't want to give me a hug. I felt like he wants to push me away, because I squeezed him and I told him I loved him. He kept saying, "Okay, all right, okay, it's enough." This is after I've not seen him for 6 years. That was the only time that he spoke to me out of the whole week that I was there. He ignored me. He completely ignored me in the entire 7 days that I was spending there. He didn't want to have nothing to do with me. And I feel that my parents had something to do with it. That they put so much negativity into his mind regarding me that it's the results of our relationship today. I didn't call my mother up to wish her a Mother's Day. I'm never going to again. As sad as this is, like I said a few days ago, I blocked her and my youngest brother from contacting me because I've been in denial into thinking that they've accepted me, that my mother and my father totally accept me, but they haven't. I think it was my way when I went to go visit them last year, and I documented it on my channel, that maybe it's because they were getting older and that I just wanted to have peace in my life. Well, guess what? I didn't end a relationship with my mother on a bad note. I didn't have no argument with her. We didn't have no argument, nothing. It's just for the fact that when I have telephone conversations with her, they don't respect me on the phone. They don't apologize for saying, I'm sorry, I meant to say Stephanie. Oh, I didn't mean to call you my son. After what I went through in my life, if I haven't gone through enough in my life already, they never came to visit me after all my surgeries I've had. About 20 hours worth. Over 20 hours of surgeries that I've had. And weeks spent in hospitals and in hotels recuperating in different cities and countries. Over 20 years, they've never come to visit me here in Florida. Never. And after they ignored me for 7 years, what does that tell me? That I've been in denial. I have been in denial. What I simply did by blocking them out, I just have to go on with my life and be happy and try to make new friends and start all over again with people who will accept me for who I am. For who I am. For who I am. I feel like I truly don't have no family anymore. I feel like I have no family. I feel like I have no family. I've been up to visit them so many times since I've lived in Florida. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I can't. I just can't. I just can't. I can't chase my son anymore. I'm not going to, and I haven't. And I have to be strong to keep moving forward. I have to realize that there's going to come a day that someone's going to give me that phone call to tell me that maybe either my father or my mother has passed on. Well, my father is now 81. My mother is 74 or 75. My aunt just passed away. You would think that when family members die, it brings people closer. But I had said, that if that's the only reason why people get close, then don't bother getting close at all. Because we shouldn't get close only when people in our families die. Now that I'm seeing that even the death in my family do not bring people closer, and they haven't. And they haven't. I thought that maybe my cousins will get closer to me. There's already signs that they're going on with their lives, and I'm not even part of it. I am so sorry that I gotta talk like this on Mother's Day, because for the past 19 years, I never skipped a phone call to my mother to wish her a happy Mother's Day. But I did it because I felt I was supposed to. When you do things, you do it out of love. And I've never felt the love for her because of all the abuse, the mental and the physical abuse I've endured. I just hid all the deep-rooted feelings of being hurt. So anyways, this is what my day is like today. I still had a nice day today. There's still a lot to look forward to in my life. I don't know where my life's going to take me. I don't even know if I'll wake up tomorrow. I'm just going to take my life one day at a time. One day at a time. I'd rather have peace in my life than have conversations with my family that feel empty. I've supported everybody in my life. My cousins, my brothers, my son, my parents. But in return, I've got no support. No support. I hope you guys had a nice Mother's Day. I hope you guys are enjoying the beautiful weather out there. As for me, I'm just going to keep marching on forward, because even though I don't think I have my family anymore, I'm still going to march forward and try to be and live the happy life that I have.